quiet Glenfinnan station. I came from Corryhully today, bothy up Glenfinnan, camped outside that, went into Fort William for a while, dried off. It was raining hard last night and it was raining this morning as well. I've resupplied a wee bit, got a few cans basically, and I'm going to walk down Loch Shiel over that way and wild camp after a couple of hours. Drink my cans, listen to some music. That's the plan. Let's hope it's a good night. Just left Glenfinnan and the crowd's looking for a toilet at the closed visitor centre. It's quite embarrassing. Scotland's tourist experience is poor. People are friendly, it's about as good as it gets. I'm now going to head down Loch Shiel. I'm going to camp as soon as I see a good spot and just take the plane tomorrow, do an all dayer. But yeah, I'm glad I went to Fort William today, just dried myself out. I'll all get wet again, but it's good for morale. And morale is very important when you're doing a hike. Just coming through Goosekin now. A boat down there. Don't know if that's a wee fish farm. A landing stage and a dwelling over there. A quarry here. God, it looks like South Georgia. No, Scotland. It's so quiet. It's dry for the moment, which is great. I'm not going to stop around here because of the caravan or house, whatever it is, but yeah, it looks like a couple of no bad spots here. I'm going to push on for a while. Just looking back at Goosekin, tempting spot there, but yeah, I don't want to be around Borkies in the morning. Although the weather's closing in, so I'm in two minds actually. Getting a lot of rain just coming up the loch now. Looking back down the loch where I've came from. Pure wilderness on the other side. And on this side, heading south. Track's starting to rise and a forest in the distance. Looks like a good spot down there, but I'm not fighting through the bracken to get to it, so I think I'll miss out as the trail climbs. Well, this is a bit of a cliff edge, so I'll not be camping up here. Weather's turned minging again. 7:30, I'm going to push on for a wee while yet. That mystical camping spot will avail itself. Morale was low. I just rounded a corner in the forest section and look at that. Loch Shiel, beautiful, stretching away out in the distance. Former sea loch, and then the land at the end, the south end rose, and I think it's a freshwater loch now. Don't quote me on that. It doesn't flow into the sea anymore down near a caracal. Well, this forest ain't for camping, is it? So keep pushing. This has happened to me quite a lot. Looking late for camp spots and not finding anything. But hopefully something will turn up, or it's head torch time. I don't want that tonight. The more I walk tonight, the less I've got to do to Razuri Bothy tomorrow. I'll try and be positive. Anytime the rain's off, I feel better already. Feel better instantly. The breeze is supposed to pick up a wee bit tonight, which is great. Hope it does. Nothing too wild. Enough to keep the midges away would be amazing. So it's 9:15. Still looking for a space to camp. I'm past Scamadale, that's further north. And I'll have to have a look on the map what this glen is here. Look at that opening up on the other side. And over there is Ailen McDonald Dhu. I'm going to push on. There's some beech trees and things around here. Maybe, just maybe, there'll be a wee spot for me. There's a forestry track going down here, but it looks messy, so I'm not going to bet on it getting better. I'm just going to put my faith in these trees coming up, and I'll have to do something soon. Rain's off, midges are pretty wild. I'll need to get the smidge on, but I'll worry about that when I'm putting the tent up. Good to be alive. Okay, the tent's up in a little clearing, just a bit dark. Had a hell of a time putting it up. The red pole, there's this little wire stuff runs through the poles, and it was just coming out all the time. I couldn't get the poles in. Eventually got it. Oh, I'll get smidging midges in my eyes. Need to wash my eyes out with water. The tent's up, it's got to be wet inside, it doesn't matter. Got it up, it was panic stations there. And now to get the stuff in. But thank God, this looks like an old, maybe mini quarry at the top end. And judging by the trees at the end, there's not been any vehicles in for a wee while. So yeah, it'll be safe tonight. Thank goodness. Finally. What time is it? Hold on to look at my watch. Oh gosh, Wrigley here. 10:15. 36k steps today. Okay, let's get the gear in the tent and get the morale up. So, in the soggy tent, there's already been a deer moaning outside or something. Hopefully I'll get asleep. Not going to say it's a disaster almost. Everything's soggy. Put the tent's up. Got the air mat up. So I'll get the waterproofs off for a while, I think. And try and chill out for a wee while before I go to sleep. Morning all from Camp Midge. Oh, 8 o'clock. Actually had a good sleep after about 3. Had a great sleep after then. Very intermittent before that. Some weird noises, not so much the animals but more kind of like something huge and mechanical was going past on the loch. I think it might have just been a combination of the wind and water nearby streams, so I don't know. So thankfully I get pitched. Getting the tent up was difficult, but we done it, and I've So round my tent, utter disaster, but yeah, got it up, had a sleep. I'll show you outside once I've packed up, and I'll show you where I am on the map. It's not a great picture, you can see very roughly where I am. Sea Leg before Gorston Voran if you're heading south. Just a cut off into the woods, an old path. It's kind of long grass, not too bad. Going towards Gorston Voran and then down to Pollock. So that's the best I could get, there isn't much at all. If you want to camp further up, there's nothing along here really. Gooseykin Fish Farm, there's some good spots in the bay there, so if there's nobody around at the fish farm you might want to camp there if it's after the shutting time. And there's some exposed spots up here, but other than that there's not much. So I'm going to have something to eat and then get packed up into my wet gear and get towards Risuri Bothy and hopefully dry out. Here's where I camped last night at Loch Shiel, Camp Midges. Looks alright, doesn't it? But it was hellish last night. I had trouble getting the tent up. This red pole, cords kept coming out when that was becoming loose. The poles were coming apart and I had to fix that, and the cord would push them loose, so it just took me a while and the midges were devouring me. So I eventually got a good sleep. Quite a bit of noise up about 2 AM, 1 to 2. It sounded like a big machine going down the loch or something. I think it was the wind and water combined. The wind through the big trees up there. A few animal noises, but no much. And yeah, it's not a bad spot. Along grass, I'll need to do another tick check. Had a few already in this trip. Back here, I don't know if something was quarried here or if it's a dumping ground or whatever. It gets marshy over there. A wee bit breezier here. It would have been nice if this ground was a bit tougher. But yeah, I'm glad I got this spot. Survived the night. And I've got my carry out for tonight because I never drank it last night. So it's looking good. Risuri Bothy, must be about just after 9:30. I'll hopefully get there around 6. No idea really. See how we go. Did well yesterday getting down the loch this far. And looking forward to today. Yep. Get my stuff dried out at the bothy will be good. Put the tent up outside. Don't know if that'll get it dry because the weather is going to be rainy, I think, through the week till Wednesday maybe. This is Sunday. So I'll get the tent down and off. Wallet, phone, house keys, camera, check, everything else. I think so. Thank you, Loch Shiel, for that camping spot. It will long be remembered. And Midgie Lower is a feast. And that's us back on track, turning right towards Gorston Voran. Left is Scamadale. I'm going this way. Long may it stay dry. Glenfinnan 16 miles. I guess this is Pollock. God, my kingdom for a seat. Who knows, maybe there's more over the bridge. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here for this episode. Thank you for joining me on my trip down Loch Shiel. It was a bit it was really just a video of me looking for a camping spot and then escaping from one, rather than any camping stuff. But that's the way it goes. Oh. And yeah, now next video will be going from here to Rizuri, which is today. So anyway, the midges think they've won, but the last laugh's on them because I've got herpes. Get it right, uppies. Thanks for watching.